Good afternoon, my dear kids of 9th standard. This is Mithun Raj, your science teacher, signing in from this part of the world. Okay, so we were discussing about the 8th chapter of 9th standard science. The name is motion. Okay, motion. Anyway, no, it is not an easy part. Okay, it is not an easy part. You only finish the chapter, but what comes, that is the main thing about that. Okay, the question answers regarding that. Simply, if I give you question answers, you won't understand anything. I already know that. While checking the work you have been sending me all these past days. Okay, this is not your subject. This is 10th standard electricity. An important chapter for 10th, not for you. Next year you will study all those things. Don't worry, it is not that much difficult like motion chapter. Sorry. So the homeworks what I am giving to you, I think that you are not able to solve that. Okay, very difficult I think for you. So what suggestion I made means I just made some PowerPoint presentation regarding that numerical solutions and also textbook exercise questions solutions. So what we will do this class means we will just go through the what. With you I will also join and we can togetherly we can solve all those questions. So if you are watching this video, what you want to do? Run, not run away from your home. Just run and take your textbook. Grab your textbook in your hand. Grab one rough notebook. Okay, what all till the end of the numericals, till the end of this exercise of this chapter motion, you must watch the video by the help of your textbook and also your a rough book. A pen and a pencil, it's must. I don't want to tell that, isn't it? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Because each and every page number wise I will tell. Go through that page. There will be some questions. We will discuss that. Otherwise, I think it is not your level answers, or you won't be able to answer it yourself. It is very difficult. Okay? Only two or three easy numericals I given you before. That also you are finding it very difficult to answer. Okay? It's not your problem. It's only the starting of the physics. That's why you feel like a bit tensed. Okay? So let us start with the class. Go and take the textbook and also take a rough book with a pen within 1 minute. Okay, I hope all of you are ready now, isn't it? Okay, let us begin. So, this is the first part of the chapter number 9, sorry, 9, not 8, motion, okay, from science, class 9. So, this is the first question, okay, this is the first question regarding that. And that's all the part we need to. First question in our textbook. An object has moved to a distance. Can it have zero displacement? If yes, support your answer with an example. Before reading the answer, just think that. Okay, first think it. Anyway, answer it is written yes. We can see that. Already we studied. In circular motion, what is the displacement? It is zero, isn't it? And in that case, what do you say? Just tell, yes, an object can have zero displacement even when it has moved through a distance. This happens when the final position of the object coincides with the initial position. Not only in circular motion, what all motion it is, if the starting point and the ending point is correct or same, then in that case, displacement will be zero. For example, if a person moves around a part and stands on place from where he started, at that case displacement will be zero, isn't it? That's a very easy question, you already know that. The second one is, a farmer moves along the boundary of a square field. That means our farmer, what is his name? Just name him. What do you want to name him? Like Ramu, every time we are giving that name. Now we can give him, okay, a farmer named Prabhas. Okay, Prabhas is a farmer. A farmer named Prabhas. Our Prabhas is moving along a boundary, square field. He has a field. It is almost a perfect square. Understand? And one side of the field is 10 meter. That means what is the squares? One side is 10 meter. That means all four sides are 10 meters. 10 meter, he took 40 seconds. What will be the magnitude of displacement? Magnitude means measurement of displacement of the farmer at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds. Oh. Was it an easy question? Okay, let us, we need diagram to solve questions like this. So this is the diagram we want to draw. Okay, I think it's a bit, can you see it? Okay, this four sides are there. Okay, four sides. What we want to find out? We want to find the displacement, but we don't know where the farmer is. Okay, we can divide that four sides into four. A, B, C, D. This is the field of the farmer. Each side is 10 meters. From A to B, he took 40 seconds. From B to C, he took another 40 seconds. Again another 40 seconds. Again another 40 seconds. So what all things we know, just write it. That's the way to answer. Okay, see. This is the method to answer it. Okay, if I am explaining in board, you won't understand that. Okay, that's why crystal clearly I made this PowerPoint for you. See, given side of the square field 10 meter. You know that, isn't it? One side is 10 meter. Therefore, the total circumference or total perimeter of the field is what? 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 or 10 into 4 gives 40 meters. Understand? Farmer move along the boundary in 40 seconds. Okay, sorry, here the farmer moves in 40 seconds. He covers the entire boundary, I think. Let's say, wait 1 second. Okay, yes. So we need to find out what? See the question one more time. We need to find the displacement, measurement of displacement of the farmer at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, after 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 40 seconds, how much displacement he covered? One full round, isn't it? So let us see, therefore, the total displacement, the total distance covered by farmer in 2 minutes 20 seconds we need to find. What we know? We know that in 40 seconds farmer covered 40 meters. Okay, therefore in 1 second how much distance the farmer covered? 40 by 40 is equal to 1 meter. Okay, this already we know. The entire length of this or boundary of this field is 40 meter. He took 40 seconds to cover that. That means in 1 meter, how many seconds? 40 by 40, 1 second. We want to find out the displacement when the farmer is covered the field in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But here 2 minutes is not in standard unit. We just discussed about that. We need to convert that into what? We need to convert that into yes, we need to convert that into standard unit. That means 2 minutes means 120 seconds. 120 seconds. 2 into 60, 120 plus 20 gives 140 seconds. So we need to find out when 140 seconds is there, what is the position of the farmer. So 1 second, 1 meter he covers. So in 140 meters, how many seconds the farmer will cover? Therefore in 140 second, distance covered by farmer is 1 into 140, which is 140 meter. Understand? 140 meter. So now we need to find out 140 meters means where the farmer is now actually. Okay, where the farmer is now actually. Let's see. For that, otherwise we can choose it like this. 140, how much? One full rotation means 40. Another full rotation means 80. Another full rotation means 120. Then 20 more meters means C. Understood? Like that also we can consider. For example, 140 meters means how many rotations? One rotation 40. So 140 divided by 40 gives 3.5. Isn't it? Let's see. See, 140 divided by 40 gives 3.5 round. After 3.5 round, where is the farmer? 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, 4 round. 4 round no, 3.5 round means here. So we need to find the displacement, means the nearest distance from this to this means the diagonal. See, now how much simple is the answer? We need to only find the measurement of this diagonal, that is the displacement. So you studied the equation of the diagonal. That means in the case of a rectangle, the diagonal is diagonal, if you take it as D, A and B are the, or B and H, length into breadth. L and B is length, length and breadth in the case of square is same. So what is the equation for diagonal? Diagonals square is equal to length square plus breadth square. Here diagonal square is equal to 10 square plus 10 square. That means we need to find the displacement. Means 10 square plus 10 square we have, but we need to find the displacement. Mean displacement, diagonal means displacement here. Displacement square is equal to length square plus breadth square. So displacement is root of length square plus breadth square, which gives 100 square plus 100, 200 meter. 10 we can take out. Root 2 is what we know, 1.4. 10 into 1.4 gives 14 meters. So after 2 minutes 20 seconds, where the farmer is standing, what will be the displacement of that particular point? It will be 14.14 meters. Was it easy, my kids? Actually, after knowing the answer, it is very easy, isn't it? But just imagine the question. Did you get that? How this type you want to solve it? That is the specialty of physics. First, it seemed to very, very difficult, but after that, it will be very easy. I will give you the solution of this or this PowerPoint file. I will post it in the group. Okay, so it will be easier for you to understand. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to find it yourself. And the textbook numericals also try to solve it. That is also not that much difficult. Okay, textbook numericals, what all numericals given in the textbook, that also try to solve. So the next question, what is it? Which of the following is true for displacement? It cannot be zero. Its magnitude is greater than the distance traveled by the object. Okay. The first, it cannot be zero. The first question we already studied, it is displacement can be zero. So the first question is wrong. The magnitude, the value is greater than the distance traveled by the object. That's an interesting question. In any case, can we say that displacement will be more than distance? In any case, there is only one case in which displacement is equal to distance. Okay, only one case is there. What case is it? When the object is moving in circular motion or in straight line. What is the displacement in circular motion? Displacement in circular motion is zero because the starting point is the ending point. That means initial position will be final position, so it will be zero. But in the case of linear motion or straight motion in straight line, distance will be equal to displacement, and in no case displacement can greater than distance. Can displacement be greater than distance? No, isn't it? So both the questions are wrong. This is another question. Okay, it's another question that anyway I will give the answer directly. I will here quantity. That is very easy for you. Next one is what? Under what condition is magnitude of average velocity of an object is equal to average speed? That means velocity and speed is equal. Velocity and speed is equal means distance and displacement is equal. Distance and displacement is equal means object is moving in straight line, no doubt about that. So the next question is what? Odometer. You already studied in textbook. Odometer is the what? What is the use of odometer? You've seen an odometer in your automobile. If you are sitting in a car, in a bike, there's a particular meter. In older times it was analog meter. Nowadays it is digital meter. What is it? It shows the speed, isn't it? Measures the distance covered by an automobile. Understand? Oh, that is speedometer. Sorry, odometer means that meter which circulates. Have you seen in the center of that speedometer? One particular meter is there. If you travel for a long time, we can see it will move, tick, 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 like that it will move. That's the odometer. If you have any doubts, just ask your parents, they know better. Or if you have any vehicle in your home, go and see. Mostly for older vehicle, it will be in the center of the speedometer. One speedometer is there which indicates speed, and this odometer is in the center, a small square with lots of old and number locks. Have you seen? Same like that. It is called an odometer. Okay, anyways, so measuring of the distance. What does the path of an object look like when it is in uniform motion? When it is in uniform motion, how is the path? Yeah, it's a simple question, straight line. Okay, another this question I posted yesterday. During an experiment, a signal from a spaceship reached the ground station in 5 minutes. What was the distance of the spaceship from the ground station? The signal travels the speed of light. So most of the electromagnetic signals travels in the speed of light. You know that. And the speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, or meter second raised to minus 1. What is this? This is not 3 into 108. No. 10 raised to 8 means 8 times 10. Understand? That means 3 after there is 10 zeros. It's a big number. Actually, the speed of light is 3 lakh kilometer per second. When we convert it into meter, it will become 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Understood? So what do you want to find? What was distance of the spaceship? We have speed, we have time, time we have 5. But 5 minutes here, meters, meter per second is fine, it is in SI unit. But time, is it in SI unit? 5 minutes. Minutes is not the standard unit of time. So we need to convert it into what? We need to convert it into seconds. I won't tell it any more time. Understood? I think it's the 100th time I am telling this. So 5 minutes is 5 into 60 seconds give 300 seconds. Distance is what? We know that speed is what? Distance divided by time. Okay, distance traveled by time taken. But here we need to find the distance. For that, speed is distance divided by time. That equation, take the time here. What we will get? Distance is equal to speed into time. 3 into 10 raised to 8 into 300. 3 into 3, 9. 0, 0 plus 2. If you are adding these things you studied in other times. I won't explain this thing. Multiplication of power. Understood? If any doubt means you just post it in the group. I will take one more class regarding that. Anyway, it's not my part, it's mathematics parts. 3 into 10 raised to 8 into 3. Actually 300 means 3 into 10 raised to 2. Okay. While adding powers, just what we want to do? 10 raised to 8 plus 10 raised to 2 will give 10 raised to 10. 3 into 3, 9. 9 into 10 raised to 10 meter, that is the answer. Understood? Okay, fine. Only this much for today. Next day we will go for different solutions and all. So now I think physics is not that much difficult as thought. That is the thing we want to think about all these things. That's why. Actually, this was a very easy question. Direct substitution. But nobody made it correct. Poor. Okay, anyway, that's it, my dear kids. That's the end of the class. Tomorrow we will start with what? We will start with again with motion. And I hope within 5 more classes it will end. 5 more classes it will take. Okay? 5 more classes it will take to end this part. Okay, that's it, my dear kids. So, stay home, stay safe. Regarding that SI unit, in one video I will post. Just watch that also. Anyway, one chart I will post you today. One chart regarding SI unit and all. It's very helpful. Use it. Okay. That's it. That's the end of it. So, Raj signing off from this part of the world. Stay home, stay safe. Some of these I will send you today. in detail. I will send it all afterwards. Okay, so stay home, stay safe, and Jai Hind, my dear kids. If you want, you can take the screenshots of these files. Okay, okay, my dear kids. Fine. So that's it.